Empathy is the ability to understand another person's emotions, not just logically, but experientially. You can physiologically understand how that emotion feels because you've been there before. And it's like it hits you in that spot, right? Your heart clenches or your gut drops with them. It almost just takes you right there with them. You're teary-eyed or you're emotional with them. This is a very tough skill, even for adults. How do you teach it to children? Understanding another person's emotions means that you first need to understand your own emotions. And empathy is this shared sense of pain, right? This shared sense of hurt or loss or suffering. And when you are in a therapy session with a child or at home or school trying to teach children empathy, it really comes down to them having experiences with their own pain, recognizing, acknowledging, really expounding, deepening, heightening their own experience with their own pain. And then from that, shifting that experience onto that's how someone else may feel in a similar circumstance. And it's so hard to see our children suffer. And I'm not saying we should inflict pain on children, but there are natural consequences. In the play therapy session, this crazy 7-year-old rambunctious child is just going crazy with all the toys, and he tends to hurt himself. He has these moments of pain, and really helping him to reflect on what does that feel like? Where does it hurt? What does that hurt feel like? And then helping him to realize, wow, someone else who does that must also feel that way. I imagine they would hurt like that too. And then they're able to recall their own pain in that moment and what that felt like, and then be like, ooh, I didn't like that. I don't want them to have to experience that either. And that's where empathy starts to develop. That's the best way to help children start to understand empathy, to start to take their own experience and then try to imagine or project that onto how other people may feel in a similar circumstance. And it comes through us being the guides or the models to help them to recognize those connections. And our role is so important as a model because we're modeling empathy. We're modeling feeling that pain with them, of not dismissing it or minimizing it or immediately distracting from it, but taking that moment to sit with them in that pain, for us to experience it with them, even though we're exhausted. We give so much time and attention and energy to so many aspects of our lives, but taking that deep breath and that fortitude to dig deep inside of ourselves, to take a moment to feel their pain with them, no matter how exhausted we are, can be such night and day difference in teaching them what it looks like and feels like to have someone empathize with them, and then reflect that onto others. And when they're playing rough with things, you can also take a moment to reflect. If that object was real, if that object was alive, I'm pretty sure it'd be dead by now. Or, man, I'm pretty sure it would hurt. You're stomping on that rubber snake so hard. I'm sure that if that snake was alive, now it would be dead, or it would probably be throbbing right there. And just helping them to understand that their actions have an impact even on objects that aren't real, so that that can help translate to when objects are real, when it is people or real animals. Also just taking a moment to point it out if they do hurt you. If you're playing around or roughhousing and they accidentally kick you or shoot you with a gun, a dart gun, or something that, leaves a little bit of a mark, it's no big deal, right? But taking a moment to show them, oh, look, it left a red mark that actually hurts. Let's be careful, because you know what it's like when you hurt in this way, right? And just helping them be mindful that their actions do hurt you. It leaves a mark. They could totally be unaware of it. And if you don't take the time to point it out to them, they'll just be on autopilot, going crazy, doing their thing. But as you take that moment to slow down and look at the impact, that left a mark on my arm, or look, I'm bleeding actually from that. It can help them be like, oh, what I'm doing is affecting other people. So those are a few ways that you can build empathy in children, increasing their awareness of their own feelings, of their own suffering and pain, and then having them imagine other people feel that way, and their behavior with inanimate objects can have an impact if that object was alive. Third, pointing out the impact they have on you. as they hurt you, pointing out that hurt in small ways. And then, of course, most important, for you to model what that empathy looks like, for you to feel their pain, recognize it with them, not just immediately distract, dismiss, or minimize it. Those are the key ways for you to instill empathy in children. Thank you so much for watching Elevate with Emily. Please comment below of any topics you would like to hear about and what works well for you in teaching kids about empathy. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you in the next video.